Hundreds of pro-lifers from across the country swarmed Capitol Hill today. They met with lawmakers and staff. Their goal is to defund Planned Parenthood as part of a new Republican-backed bill that will fulfill President Trump's agenda. Capitol Hill correspondent Erik Rosales joins us with the latest. Erik?
Well, good evening, Monse. Yes, the event was organized by Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America. Now, staffers tell me that it might be the largest gathering of pro-lifers since January's March for Life. Their goal, as you mentioned, eliminate funding for Planned Parenthood ahead of the U.S. Supreme Court hearing a case in April that could strip the organization's funding in South Carolina.
Where the pro-life movement stands unified behind one single message: defund the entire abortion industry. Defund the longtime standard bearer of Planned Parenthood, once and for all.
Several hundred pro-lifers from 39 states made the trek to D.C. and stood among 1,076 pink crosses, which organizers say signifies the number of abortions Planned Parenthood performs daily.
These are both for your member and their staff, so you hand one to the member.
Prior to the rally, pro-lifers were given instructions for their meetings with lawmakers. The event coincides with President Trump's expected announcement that he will freeze federal funding for Planned Parenthood.
This is the first time that we can really put points on the board. I mean, it's not a game. It's about life. It's about moms. But it's really important that we do something that is significant, that will save lives.
I feel this is the number one issue in America today. And maybe, it's definitely up there in the world. And yeah, I think it's almost akin to a civil rights issue.
A former Planned Parenthood whistleblower claims her office illegally double-billed insurance companies as a way to gather more funds.
I call out as an abortion director that they were misusing funds, that they were not following rules and regulations, that they were harming the patients. Of course, they didn't like it, and that's why I got fired.
And for lawmakers themselves, their views fall along party lines.
Pro-lifers are here trying to defund Planned Parenthood. Your thoughts on that?
We should, again. If Planned Parenthood wants to raise money independent of the federal government, that's fine.
The government funds haven't been used for abortions for decades, so what they're really attacking is the ability of Planned Parenthood to do family planning, birth control services, mammograms, pap smears, and just basic health services for women in America.
And by the way, the Hyde Amendment does restrict government funding for most abortions, but that has to be passed by Congress on a yearly basis. Pro-life lawmakers say during the Biden administration, Planned Parenthood received more than $700 million in federal funds. Monse?
Erik, the White House has asked former House Republican Whip Elise Stefanik to bow out of contention to be U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations. What can you tell us about that latest development?
Yeah, that is correct. President Trump and House Republican leadership have been concerned with the GOP slim majority that it has in the House right now. It's making it difficult to pass President Trump's agenda, so Stefanik will return to Congress next week. Also, a special election is being held in Florida for former Congressman Mike Waltz's seat. And that's closer than expected, so it's adding some urgency to the matter. Stefanik was the fourth highest ranking House Republican, and I'm hearing that Johnson will create a special position for her back on leadership. I'm also hearing that by her returning back to Congress, she'll be in line for another high-profile position later in the Trump administration. Monse?
Thank you so much, Erik.